Bienvenidos a todos a una nueva entrevista en nuestro espacio de Eurorelinchu. Ahora estamos cubriendo el Söngvakeppnin y tenemos a la persona más chula del mundo con nosotros, además de mis compañeros David y Omar. Hera Björk, welcome and thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for inviting me. Nice to see you.
So, want to start to ask?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, if anyone wants to start.
Is your second? I think it's your second time trying to. If you win the Söngvakeppnin, it would be your second time in Eurovision as principal artist.
Yeah.
Why you decided to come back?
Well, actually, the song decided for me because I've always said that when I'm asked, I've been asked millions of times since 2010, when are you coming back? And please come back. And absolutely, I'm so thankful for that. Thank you so much for asking me this question. But I've always said I will come back when the right song comes along, and like I feel like in my gut, in my stomach, that this is the song. I want to do this again, because you can imagine, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy, and I mean, you almost do nothing else while you're going through this process. But when I heard this song, I was not at all thinking about participating in Eurovision. I recently started studying law at the university. I'm a real estate agent, so I'm very busy in that. I was planning for all my Christmas concerts in November and December, and was just like, oh, January, February, March, like the spring of 24 is just going to be nice and no stress, and I'm just going to be enjoying blah blah blah. And then this song comes along, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna say yes, because I love the song. It's so well written, and Austis, the songwriter, she told me that she just wrote it with my voice in mind. And I mean, the fact that she actually knows my voice in a way better than myself, because I would probably not have taken some of the decisions and how to do the vocal line. So I was just like, I was so taken by this song, because it has all the elements that I love. It's a very current, old style pop ballad with all the cliches that I love. So the song won my heart, and here I am.
For those who don't know us, this is one of the biggest Icelandic composers. How was the fact of working with her for this Scare of Heights in English, with Thorum Harra in the Icelandic version?
It's been amazing. I mean, when I've been a fan of Austis like for 2 or 3 years. I absolutely love her songwriting and her performance. She has an amazing vocal and is just an amazing person. But we haven't met. But she apparently has been a big Hera fan for many years, since the Eurovision, since Je ne sais quoi in 2010, which I thought was adorable. So we were like obsessed with each other without ever having met each other. So
Wow.
when we met, it was actually a little bit like I was gaining a sister, a little sister. And we connected like instantly, and our chemistry is really, really good. We are both like very honest, non-bullshit kind of characters, and a little bit like blah. We just blah things out and say, what's on our minds, and then we are like, both of us are like doers and like go-getters, but still with all the humor. We humor is the best, and laughing and being goofy. So that was actually really nice, and it's been the easiest like road for me as a vocalist to like join this production and sing it. It was so like pleasant to record the song because, like I say, I couldn't have written it for myself. I think I would probably have like made it too high notes or something, you know, too hard. But they just wrote it. You know, it's of course I need to work when I'm performing it, but there's no anxiety of notes that I'm not gonna hit them or like something like that. And it's just, yeah, I just love that song.
That's so sweet. I was wondering because, like, of course, you took part of Eurovision in 2010, like 14 years ago. How are you feeling now? Because of course, like, you were much younger before, and probably like you haven't been in such a bigger space as Eurovision. But how are your feelings now towards the competition compared to that?
them?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a very grown-up like vision of Eurovision at the moment because, like you say, I've been a fan since I was like 3 years old or something, and I started as a musician, like dipping my toes into the Eurovision Song Contest. Actually, in the year 2000, I was one of the hosts, so I started there, and then as a singer in 2006 or 7, and of course, my experience has taught me a little bit like what matters in life. And Eurovision for me has always been a big bubble of love and like good vibes and great chemistry and just people that are enjoying music and are curious about other people and other countries and other languages and other cultures and, you know, all these things. So I think now I really see it as a big possibility to increase communication in the world, because to me, looking at what is happening now in the Eurovision world, like in the Eurovision nation, which years back everything was just, you know, everyone was supporting everyone in a way. But now it's sometimes really sad to read the comments and to read like what people are saying about other people, not particularly the contestants, but maybe just to other fans. So fans are arguing about things that doesn't really matter, like the song or the staging or whatever. I mean, I love what I love and you love what you love, and we all have the right to do that. So I really see this, like Eurovision today, as a possibility of bringing back the good conversation and the good listening. So we need to like go a little bit like from this and like opening a little bit up to each other, everyone. So that's my, how do you say, that's a little bit like, because Eurovision isn't the person, Eurovision is what we make it. And so we need to clean up our act a little bit and be more polite to one another and like take the fear out and bring the love back in and like, you know, listen more and just, sorry. I like maybe the one last thing is like, if you don't have something nice to say, zip it.
And I agree with that.
And in your personal with that vision of the contest, in your personal case, how were the different? I guess a big difference for 2010, because in that case Facebook was born, in Twitter even existing.
Exactly.
But how you held the critics, especially in comparison to your presence in Oslo?
I mean, like back in 2010, I decided like really to stay away from the social media. And like you say, it was only Facebook then, and MySpace was a little bit like still, and I mean Spotify wasn't even there yet. I think it was Apple Music, or whatever it was called. I think in this case I'm of course gaining a little bit just from experience. So and also of course it's good for me to enter now in the sense of I am known inside the Eurovision world, so I don't need to do all the TikTok and the Twitter and everything, which is good because I don't have the time or the team. So I am still a strong believer of the performance itself. So I am not going to be competing in the social media. I will just be putting my ass on stage and giving you my best. And so I'll be competing there on stage, and I'm just competing with myself, Mm-hmm. And then it's for you to decide what you like. And that's how I see it. Because like if you imagine all of us, all the contestants from all the countries, backstage at the Eurovision arena, we are all in little booths with our flags and the like written Iceland and Ireland, and of course Israel is here as well because EEE. So mm-hmm. We're always there. So I know the Israel as well, and I know the Irish people well. And then because it's alphabetical order usually, and we are all just there talking to each other, listening, getting to know each other. Nobody's keep competing against each other backstage, So we are just there to do our thing, to represent our country and compete like with our own little demons, like to get the act, presented as well as we can. But the energy backstage is usually really, really great. And of course, there are always somebody that is like shy or doesn't like, because of language, can't connect to the others. But still, we try to like say the few words in some Eastern European languages that we know. So just to connect a little bit. But that's what's happening backstage. Everyone is just doing their best. Nobody's competing. So again, it's the fans that are really competing with each other. Mm-hmm. And it's my wish that it starts to get a little bit more nice, because I remember the days when it was so nice.
Maybe.
If I'm not wrong, you won Viña del Mar Festival on 2013.
Yeah.
How do you remember that experience?
Oh, that was an amazing experience. And of course, it was Eurovision who got me there. Mm-hmm. They saw me in the Eurovision Song Contest and just was like, okay, we want that lady in the red dress from Iceland to join the competition. And then they called my manager, and 3 years later we were there. And then, to my surprise, I was just like, what? When I won? But there as well, I had a really strong song, and I was just enjoying myself. So that obviously came across as something valuable for the audience and the judges. So afterwards, I moved to Chile and lived there with my family for 1.5 years. And so I fell in love with Chile, of course. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. And the people are amazing. The food, and the clima, love it. So it's a really, really has a really nice place in our hearts, the memories from Chile and from Festival Viña del Mar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Regarding the Söngvakeppnin, we know that the rehearsals had already started, and of course everything will be kind of surprise. But Do you have anything in mind in terms of the scenario and in terms of what are we about to see? Like, can you give us like any hint?
Well, I'm just gonna bring you happy. I'm gonna bring you love. I'm gonna bring you glam and glitter and fantastic personalities with me on stage, strong characters, great people. So it's I'm just gonna bring you. I'm just gonna deliver the song like the song should be delivered, because the song is like a Euro banger. It's dancey. It has the message. The message is like, just leave fear behind. Don't let fear control you. Go higher. You know, like in English version, Scared of Heights is like, even though you experience like a heartbreak, or you lose someone close to you, or you divorce or you break up with the person you love, and you have a miserable time, don't let that affect you for the long run. You know, you need to grow wings again, and not be scared of heights equals don't stop loving. Keep on finding love, and because that's a treasure. Okay, like in terms of money doesn't grow on trees. We all know that, but love does. You know, it's a source. It's a never-ending source. You can never empty your love fuels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can
Exactly.
always love again. So that's the message of the song. So that's what we're going to bring: hope and love and fierceness. Yeah.
I like that.
We like that.
Iceland has bring us to Eurovision a lot of iconic performances.
As
Besides,
yourself.
Yeah.
besides your song in 2010,
Yeah.
what is your Icelandic favorite Eurovision song?
Wow, that's a hard question. I love so many songs. Like, does it need to be a finalist, or can it be just from the Söngvakeppnin?
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Actually, there are two songs that I really, really love. Actually, three or four, but two songs that I think that should have gone to the Eurovision final. One is called Soleil, and it's like Soleil, Soleil, min vana tro. So it has a really catchy like melody, and also like for you, like Soleil, Soleil is just like the sun, but in Icelandic it's a woman's name called Soleil, but you can really relate to it. So I thought it was like, oh, that's genius. It's a very honest Icelandic lyrics, but in your ears it sounds like something that you know, like internationally it sounded like, oh, not like with all the R and all the harsh Icelandic words. It was like really, I loved that song. That was like in 87, 86 or 7, back in the days. And it was sung by Katla Maria, and she actually moved to Spain, and maybe she's still there. And then there is another called Karen, Karen, do, 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 do. Fantastic melody, great like build up in the song, really strong vocalist. So those two, I always like when they come on the radio and I'm driving, I'm like, yeah, and I just really shout it out. I can easily see those songs do really well in Eurovision. So.
Well, sadly, let's bring with the elephant of the room. Sadly, Icelandic television is questioning his participation in Eurovision this year because the presence of the State of Israel this year. What is your point of view about that? And if you if it depends totally of yourself, you want to participate as Icelandic representative in Eurovision with Israel participating, or what are your first thoughts? I know that is a tough question, so but
Yeah,
If
no,
you don't want to answer this question, it's okay.
but it's a good. No, I can answer it. I mean, it's gonna come, of course, and it should come. I mean, this is a very, very complicated situation, and my empathy and heart goes out to these people down there in Israel and Palestine. It's just crazy. It's really ugly to watch, and me knowing Israeli people as well, I know they agree, and this is not something that the common people like you and me would want. So this is a war that needs to end. They need to have a conversation. So again, Eurovision for me is the biggest platform for a good, solid, non-bullshit conversation. So nobody has ever saved a life by pointing a finger and shouting hatred words, or at someone. That does not save lives. We need to start a discussion, and I will have no problem in meeting the Israeli contestant, because I know she is just a girl like me and you. She's just a person with her own dreams and hopes and family and friends and everything. Nobody wants to be in war. And regarding me going to Malmö if I win, yes, definitely I will. I mean, I believe in conversation. I believe that the Eurovision Song Contest should be that platform. So we shouldn't actually talk about it as the pink elephant in the room, because it's not a pink elephant. It really is in the room, and it's just, it's there. We need to talk about it. Yeah. So I do not want to turn a blind eye. And regarding RÚV, they were in a big dilemma as well. We all agree that it would be really good if there were no wars in the world. And of course, personally, if I would be at war, I would not go to Eurovision. I mean, if I'm having a personal war somewhere and I need to put my attention there, that would maybe be also something that but again, that's for Israel to decide on their own, if they have the energy and the stamina to be there, or should we just stay at home and think about what's happening there for now. That's not for me to decide, that's for them to decide. But I will meet them, I will hug them, I will try to have a conversation. I've been there, I've been to Tel Aviv, I've been to Palestine as well. I really feel for both of these countries. It's devastating to watch, but I will go. And I will be there, and I will talk to everyone that wants to talk to me about it. But I would rather we just all together try to make something amazing out of this, and create a butterfly effect, so that it will actually send a message, echo a message of love and hope, not of hatred and fear and talking people down. That's not gonna do anything. That's only gonna make it bigger and worse. And this is the mom, Hera, speaking. I mean, this is my small wars at home. No, and I mean, doing this to my children never will. So I need to go. Let's sit down. Let's have a talk. To make it really simple, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe on a happier note, I was wondering, because you told us before something about the version of your song in English. So I was wondering, because in Söngvakeppnin you have the English version and the Icelandic version. Which version are you taking to Eurovision, in case you're going?
Today, definitely the English version. It's because I want everyone to, or as much people as possible, to understand me for these 3 minutes that I have. It's easier for people to relate to the song if it flows, into your sound world and you get it. But the Icelandic version, I really, really like it. I really love it, actually. And but for now, at this point, I think I would take the English version. Yeah. Even though I mean, I equally love them. I mean, they're great, both of them. But where we are today, the project ahead of us, with the pink elephant in the room, I think that I want people to understand and hear, when I'm talking about the lyrics in all the interviews. I don't want to spend all the time on explaining what the Icelandic lyrics are about. That's a little bit more, because the song is still as strong.
I want to ask you because there is now select 10 selected songs for Eurovision. Have you the chance to listen, for example, the Spanish one?
Yeah. Oh. Of course, I saw it.
Whoa!
What do you think about the song?
How can you not? I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, really energetic. It has this anthem-y, like everyone was singing in the audience, which is a good, like, how do you say, sign. It's a very positive sign. So I never I never make up my mind until I've seen the songs performed live. But I mean, she was killing it, and hello, the chants were just like, wow. So like my team, I have 4 backing singers with me, and they are doing a little bit of movements, and I was like, okay, guys, what you need to do. They're changing the costumes as well. No, but we're just going to be hot in our own Icelandic way. We're not that used to, wearing only corselets. It's always wool and corselets.
Like, do you know what she's talking about in the lyrics? Like, did you got like maybe glimpses on that when you were listening to the song?
No, I didn't. Well, I understood. I haven't like sat down and read through the lyrics and studied it by now, but no, so I don't really know. But I was just like, woo, visually, and it sounded great, and it seemed really important.
They have released an English lyric video.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but like basically the song is telling that just by being a woman, and sometimes when you're successful or when you're not, you're about to be called basically a slut.
Yeah.
So she's on her prime time, and she's just about to do her life, and she's just about to embrace it. So she basically created an anthem out of it.
I mean, I relate. I really do, and I could actually I could sense that it was something very like, power and yeah. I mean, that screamed that while watching it. So yeah, I look forward to read the lyrics, and I hope to meet her. I mean, I really do.
Yeah.
Can be possible if you win Söngvakeppnin. Coming back to your lesson, yeah. Coming back to the national final, you will perform in the second semi-final next February 24th. If you have the opportunity, what are besides yours? What are your favorite songs for your teammates in Söngvakeppnin?
Oops, I didn't quite get that. Who are competing with me in the second semi-final? You mean?
Oh, no. in the whole selection.
In the whole selection.
Oh, you mean? Yeah. Oh. So what would be? Give me the last bit of the question again. What
Your
would be-
favorite songs from your teammates in Söngvakeppnin in 2024.
Okay. Oh shit! I just love them all so much because I know them all of these performers. I love Anita's song, of course, because we have the same writer, Austis, and it's also it's a good dance song. I really like the White Brothers. They're just so bubbly and fun and adorable, and they're friends with my son.
Opa!
So I'm like, my boys, you know. I feel a little bit like their mother, and I actually know their mother and their father. So small country.
Iceland thing. Iceland thing.
Exactly. I really like Maya. I like her song. I have never seen her perform live, so I'm looking forward to that. I really like Inga Birna. I love her. I've seen her perform She's Fierce. So I'm looking forward to that also. Bashar, of course. I mean, he's the nicest guy. I'm looking forward to his performance, and he's gonna attempt by singing in Icelandic. That's brave. I'm like, yes. I don't know. Who am I forgetting? Hafstedt. I love his song as well. I absolutely adore the production. Also at Heyrunana, love the production of that song. Who am I forgetting? So like everyone. You're never going to get like one or two out of me because I never have a clear favorite in Eurovision. I always
I feel you.
8 to 18 songs. I'm like, oh, I love that one. No, I love that one. Oh, you know.
I feel you. I am exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I was also wondering, like, about your plans after Eurovision, like regarding if you're making it or do you have like any album in mind? Like, is this a part of a bigger project, maybe? Like, do you have concerts or?
No, I mean, it was like I said earlier, it was not planned because I was just doing my thing and thought I was a law student and doing my job and just doing my own concerts here in Iceland. I mean, we've talked about it. We would like to do more music together, so we'd probably, hook up and do something. But for now, I don't have time to think about anything else. That's my projects that I already have, and then Eurovision. So I just take it now day by day. Actually, we had a volcanic eruption in Iceland today, again. So, and the whole Reykjanes Peninsula is without hot water and was without electricity for some hours. So we're just taking it day by day. And but I mean, I assume that Eurovision has always given me so much joy, and I've traveled the whole world. Like I said, I went, before Eurovision 2010, I didn't know that I was going to be la ganadora de Festival Viña 2013. So, I know it's going to bring me something amazing. And it always includes you people, like the fans, the people that book me, and the people that I meet at the events all around Europe and elsewhere. I mean, I've yet to go to Australia. I was booked to go to Australia, and then COVID came. So Australia, I will be coming. So I know it's going to bring me a lot of joy and, happy memories.
Just a last one from me. Hoping that the volcanoes this year don't do anything bad to the people. You will be another volcano as your mini Eyjafjallajökull in 2010.
Yes, I mean, no, it's not the same scale.
I know. I that's why I put the difference that if the volcanoes in Reykjanes didn't do tocamos madera, I touch wood for luck that not many people will be affected. But in it is the case, you will bring another big volcano as the green as you did in 2010.
Well, my name is Hera. That's the Greek goddess of love and mountain, and she was like the goddess of marriage, and she could erupt when her husband Zeus was being, a stupid, cheating, So that's to go like, bah. But I don't share that personal, like how do you say, quality with her. But I mean, but then again, to the Eurovision world, I could explode if we don't start to behave to one another.
Be careful with that.
That's because she's gonna bring hope and love in her performance.
Yes, that's what I'm bringing. No, but I mean, but then again, last time in 2010 there was an eruption, so this is nothing new to me. It's like, ooh, there's an eruption. Ooh, I'm going to Eurovision. No, but it's. We all hope it's not gonna. But of course, it has affected already a lot of people because the town of Grindavik has been evacuated since November. And we have like many families trying to find like housing and start school elsewhere and to start their life, over again because the town is not safe. So that's our project here in Iceland. So we have our own big projects to take care of in a way. And actually we are like everyone, and that's also because we're so few, we can actually do things quicker than other nations that are bigger, and the system moves more slow. So that's a good thing. So we can bring that into Eurovision. And, we can maybe bring that down to Israel, Palestine as well, and teach them a little bit on how to. Well, we can't teach them anything, but we can try. We can always delegate something.
Guys, do you have any other questions?
No, just to wish to Hera the best of lucks, and I hope personally that you can come back to Eurovision, please.
Thank you so much.
Myself so. Thank you.
I wanna thank you like personally, because like the first idea and vision that I've ever had about Iceland was you with the volcano when I was 12 in 2010, and now we live here. So I want to say thank you for that. Because it was the first time.
Thank you for being here and for just coming all the way here and moving to Iceland. I think that's amazing. That's so amazing.
But thanks so much. I'll be attending Söngvakeppnin, so I'll see you there. And
looking forward to that.
We wish you the best luck, and of course, if you want to say anything like to the Spanish audience, or
you want to say something in Spanish?
Yeah, you can say something in Spanish.
You can try.
Disfrutan todos.
That's the main point. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Thanks so much for having me.
Bye.
Chao.
Chao.
Bueno.
Y bueno, pues esto ha sido todo, queridos amigos. Yo soy Lilo. Me despido con la mejor compañía, Hera Björk, y mis compañeros David y Omar. Y bueno, nos tenéis en todas las redes sociales, nos tenéis en YouTube, en Twitter, en Instagram, estamos hasta en Mastodon, estamos en todas partes, somos muy pesados pero muy majos. Así que nada, muchas gracias por todo.
Thank you. Bye.
Besos.
Bad Iru Lau. Hasta luego, sayonara, yo aquí no me